You're not going to go get certain medications and treat certain conditions in your body until you have the right tests, x-rays, lab results, whatever it may be, whatever you think is going on, you got to know how to treat it. Same thing with indoor air quality. We have to know what's going on in your home. You've heard me talk about IAQ, or indoor air quality, before. Today I want to share something that's really, really important, and something that we offer as a service at General Air Conditioning and Plumbing, and something that a lot of companies that you call should offer, and that is Air Advice. Now, why this is important is because Air Advice monitors the air in your home. It takes a sample reading of the air in your home, so you know if you have an issue with indoor air quality. Some of the things that the Air Advice is going to sample is going to be carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas that is produced from fossil fuel appliances, stoves, furnaces, water heaters, those type of things. It's also going to measure the levels of carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is essentially harmless unless it's large enough quantities, but too much of it affects comfort and things of that nature. So it's going to measure that. It's going to measure the temperature of your home. Is the temperature in your home consistent with your air conditioning? Is it in sync, or your heating? It's going to measure particulates. Particulates is the stuff you see floating around in the air, the dust, the dirt, skin, hair follicles, you name it. Any of that stuff that floats around in your air. You sometimes see it when the sunlight's coming through. It's going to measure that. It's going to measure VOCs, volatile organic compounds. It's going to measure the levels of that in your home. VOCs in your home can come from all kinds of things, from off-gassing, carpets, paints, and things like that. Some of the products you may be using, some aerosols, things like that. All of these can contribute to VOC levels. So why do we do this? Why do we use Air Advice? Well, one, it's going to sample the air, and two, it goes to a third party. This is uploaded through cellular that does the report. You got to know what you're going to treat, right? You're not going to go get certain medications and treat certain conditions in your body until you have the right tests, x-rays, lab results, whatever the condition may be, whatever you think is going on, you got to know how to treat it. The doctor needs to know how to treat it. Same thing with indoor air quality. We have to know what's going on in your home. We may say, hey, let's treat VOCs, and you don't have any issues with VOCs. Let's upgrade your filtration. You don't have any issues with filtration, with particulates. You have decent filtration. We don't know what to treat unless we actually sample the air. So that's what this device does. And then there's another version of this device, Air Advice, that can go in the home for a longer period of time, 72 hours typically. And what that's doing is it's looking for trends. Do you have VOCs that are higher in the evening, but they're fine the rest of the time? We once had a customer that actually called us out. They had all this great indoor air quality products, filtration, UV lights, you name it. They had everything you could possibly want. They suffered horribly from allergies, and they were frustrated. So I said, let's bring in the device, let's put it in for 72 hours and see if there's anything going on. So we did, and I got the report back, looked at it, and I said to them, look, all of your particulates, VOCs, everything are well within normal range, except at night. I said, what time do you go to bed? They're like 10 o'clock-ish. Okay, what time do you get up? Like 6 a.m. All right, do you notice that everything is elevated between 10 and 6? And they acknowledge, yes, it is. I said, okay, your system is integrated into your HVAC system. It's only going to filter and clean your air if the system is running, and you have a thermostat that even if you don't need heating or cooling, so many minutes per hour, it will cycle the air to clean it. So you got to make sure it stays in that setting. They said, you know what? Yeah, we know that, but at night, the registers, the vents from the air conditioner blow on us in bed and we get cold. Let me take a look at your registers. I looked at them, sure enough, the bed's right here, right? King size bed, register here, and they blew right onto the couple. I said, look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take your registers, I'm going to turn them around, so now it blows this way. You can still run it, but it's going to blow away from the bed. So we did that. Guess what? They were literally able to get off of the medications they were taking for their allergies. Problem solved. All because we are able to sample the air, know exactly what the issue is, know when the conditions occurred, when they didn't occur, and then identify a cause. And we solved the problem. So if you are curious about your indoor air quality, you want to know if what you have is working, not working, if you have any issues, allergies and things like that, great device to test the air and find out what's going on.